Megan Vogel was experiencing a tough run, falling behind on her final lap at the Ohio State meet. After a long day of many races and awards, Vogel was focused on one thing, and one thing only: finishing. But as she approached that finish line, distance runner Arden McMath of the opposing team collapsed on the track. Without hesitation, Vogel stopped her race, helped McMath to her feet, and carried her across the finish line. But she didn't stop there. You see, as Vogel was crossing that finish line, she purposely steered her opponent in front of her, causing herself to finish last. When interviewed later on, she commented, "I do not consider myself a hero. I just did what I knew was right and what I was supposed to do." "It is finished" is derived from the Greek term tetelestai. It implies that something has come to an end. It has been completed, perfected, accomplished in full. As we look at finishing something, whether it be a race or a book or a project of some sort, do we look at only what we can benefit from it? Because if we're not careful, we may not notice those who have fallen and collapsed on the track. You see, we run along, we hurry along with tunnel vision, leaving our family members, our friends, our neighbors, our teachers, abandoned on that track. God created all of us, and we all have a chance at salvation. We all have that opportunity to cross that finish line. So why do we hold back? Why do we hide that cure for the cancer of sin when we know that if we don't tell them, if we don't go over and pick them up and carry them across that finish line, then they won't make it. They won't finish the race of their life. So when you come in and finish the race of life yourself, will you come in first place, all tall and mighty, but alone? Or will you come in very last, carrying that family member, that neighbor across the street, that girl at school, steering them in front of you to help them finish their race? In Matthew chapter 20, verse 16, it states that the last shall be first, and the first shall be last. Jesus Christ is the perfect example of putting others before ourselves. You see, Jesus' whole mission, his whole purpose in life, his whole reason for starting his race was to help us finish ours.
That's good.
Jesus didn't leave us on that track. No, he picked us up. You see, our sin was our weight, and he carried that weight, all of our weight. And he carries us. He continues to carry us until we cross that finish line. But listen, we have to be willing to be picked up. Arden McMath didn't have to let her opponent pick her up. She could have been stubborn, but she accepted that help because she knew she could not finish that race without it. God knew that we could not finish our race without him, that we could not do it alone, that we would collapse and fall under the pressure. Unless he sent Jesus Christ down to this earth to save us. That's why Jesus was sent here. And on that cross, as he took his last breath, he spoke that word, tetelestai. And as an artist looks on his creation, he said, "It is done. The race is complete. There is nothing more to add. It is finished." But unlike Jesus, unlike Megan Vogel, my race is not finished. Your race is not finished. So I ask you today, what will you do to carry others across that finish line? What will you do to let Jesus carry you? What will you do to finish strong? Thank you.
Yeah! Woo!